Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Fours and Sixes. With me Gomesh, and as always we have Venkat in our show. Thank you for joining. In this episode we'll be looking at the doubleheader weekend that's coming up. First it's the CSK versus SRH, the evening clash, followed by RCB versus Mumbai. Venkat, first your thoughts on the way Chennai Super Kings have gone about. Obviously we have discussed a lot in detail in the previous videos as well. But how important is this game for Chennai?
I think it's a big game for both of them, I guess. And I think from both the perspective, CSK will be thinking okay, you can't get a better team than SRH, and SRH will be thinking you don't get a better team than CSK. So it's got to be but all said and done, I think CSK still have the edge just because SRH don't really seem to have a a balanced squad on 11 on paper, which I feel is not going to work. Which is going to work against him for the majority of the season unless somebody like Nicholas Puran ends up having a smash hit season. So this if CSK fall behind tomorrow as well in the game against Sunrisers, I think it's going to be a long summer for Chennai.
It seems like they haven't figured out their main 11 yet. SRH with Abhishek Sharma and Kane Williamson on the top, they are playing. Aiden Markham and Washington Sundar as low as they are playing. What change do you see them making to get back to winning ways? Because both the teams do not have an express pace attack. It's almost complementary to each other kind of a bowling attack.
Like you said, I think I would prefer Washington up the order just for the reason he is capable of making most of the power play overs. He's capable. I don't know whether SRH see him in a different. Yes, SRH of course are seeing him in a different role now, but it's an option they can consider on a regular basis because it gives them option as well. See, it's like you're swapping your left-hander for another left-hander, and Washington he can play pace really well. I mean, with all due respect to Abhishek Sharma, what he's doing, he's still got Abhishek can still play in the middle order like he did previous season, and also with somebody like Abdul Samad, I think I feel my personal opinion is they haven't really used him in a steady one position. Probably he could they can gamble with him at number 3 or 4, whatever it is, because he's one of the very cleanest striker of the ball. And then when you get such players, you need to give them that backing as well. It's not just putting them the 11 and trying to groom them, but you need to take that, do more to get the best out of each of these individuals, right? Be it Abhishek Sharma, like you said, or Abdul Samad or Umran, or these are all young talents, but what are they going to do with it?
When I say express pace, I completely forgot about Umran Malik in particular. You watched him in the Ranji match that happened in Chennai. What do you think he could affect the Chennai top order? Because they are playing their best top 6 or 7, but it's not been firing.
I think it's all about just getting 2-3 overs, going 2-3 overs without a wicket. I think that would all that it needs. I think Ruturaj is facing the second season syndrome that a lot of cricketers face. So and plus expectations have been huge. Come on, nobody expected last season for him to end up with orange cap. So that is the orange cap is it's a huge weight on the shoulders, isn't it? So that is probably causing him. But having interacted with him in the past, he's not a guy who's bothered much about the low scores. He thinks even if he got a big score, he thinks the next game is a starts from zero. He has that mentality, and he's very grounded fellow as well. So, and considering last season also he had a bad start, but all the noise was only on the outside. He told nobody in the CSK told me anything. I felt as if I was scoring runs. So I think with that sort of a thing, I think any player can bounce back quickly as well. But all that Chennai have to do is get somebody to get wickets for them in the power. If they get that, I think half their headache will be solved, I guess. Umran Malik is exceptional talent, but he's still starting. I think people also have unrealistic expectations on him to remember he's just played his first Ranji season this time, and then he doesn't get half the facilities that many of the other pacers get in India. So he has a long way to go, obviously. But like you said, the pace is pace. Yeah, he can trouble any batsman with his pace. If he gets a line and length right, then any batsman could even think twice before coming on the front foot.
And you spoke about the spin in Chennai. Jadeja, the captain, obviously his strike rate in the last few seasons with the bat has been exceptional in the death overs, but his bowling hasn't been really up to the mark that he has set for himself. The wickets are not coming. How crucial is for him to have a good game with the ball, not just for the team's sake of, but just for the captain to lead from the front and make his mark yet.
Yes, like it's an interesting thing. He hasn't done that yet, isn't it? Like with the bat or with the ball, he hasn't had that one innings. Like, yeah, listen, I'm the captain. I'm showing from the leading from the front. So, yes, in that point of view, it's very very important. But I would also love Jadeja, the bowler, to have like a lot more. He's like whether there is always a saying in cricket that the bowling captain might end up bowling more or whatever. But he hasn't done that as well. He's like often like with John over. Yes, Dhoni is like still marshalling the troops and all said and done. But Jadeja, I think it's a high time he contributes more with the ball, because if he gets that, he'll get, because he is someone who gets like bucket full of wickets. So if he ends up getting it, especially in Deepak Chahar's absence, that would be like very very key for England.
Moving on to the evening game, it's between RCB and Mumbai, two blockbuster teams, great for TV and all that. But it's very interestingly when Danny Morrison asked Rohit, Mumbai have been in the position in the previous seasons where they have lost 3 or 4 on the trot, came back and won the trophy. Rohit didn't even let him finish. He was like, I don't want to be in position anymore. What have they done? What haven't clicked for them?
I think they are still not figured their like 11, I guess, which still early days, but I think they are like still, some of them are still. Rohit is not scoring runs. All said and done, yes, he has won 5 titles, but he has not been in the best of form with the bat at all. So probably like that is like kind of, especially when you're missing the likes of Krunal, Hardik in the middle order, you need somebody from the top order to score runs. So that is missing. Ishan Kishan is around, again he's still young. So you need runs. There's no one other than Rohit Sharma to lead them the way. So that said, Tim David, Kieran Pollard, these guys also, it's a new role for them as well. It's like they are settling into a new franchise. Tim David especially settling into a new franchise, so he'll take his own time as well. But what was interesting was that, apart from what he told Danny Morrison in the post-match thing that Mumbai Indians shared, where he said, show the desperation. That is not, desperation is like, it puts, I don't know, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? You're desperate, you do everything to get it, or it will lead to pressure as well. So it'll be interesting game. Again, RCB will never know what's in store with RCB at all, because yes, they have some Maxwell is coming back, Joe Hazelwood will be back available. So you never know. It's gonna be like a proper perfect Saturday 8 p.m. 7:30 p.m. game.
It almost feels like a reminder or sorts for the Mumbai Indians with what they had in 2018. Almost after every big auction, they seem to have a slight lull in the first season after the big auction. They try to figure out the squad. How crucial, what kind of an impact not having someone like Trent Bolt. Obviously they have built a strong squad with Archer coming in, but how has it affected this particular season?
Look, it's interesting you said Trent Bolt, but I also like to mention they are without a world-class spinner for too long. In a league like IPL, you can't get away without a good spinner. Yes, Ashwin is doing good job, but is he a world class? Last season they had Rahul Chahar and then Mike Markram. These are the guys they have relied upon. But you need some world class spinner. You need someone who's getting them the wickets in the middle overs. So without that, what is happening? You're putting pressure on Jasprit Bumrah and then Taiwan Mills to get you the wickets. Yes, Bumrah is good. Taiwan Mills also good, but is he reliable? He can have off days. It's all it takes in the death overs. Even a good ball goes for a boundary. So it just changes, right? So I think unless and until any team, be it or discuss about CSK, it's the same thing. Unless and until you get wickets in the power play, it's impossible to contain at the back. Unless you have an exceptional Bumrah who delivers 3 overs of exceptional death bowling. It's very very hard for any bowling attack to contain runs at the slot.
Yeah, you spoke about RCB with Maxwell coming in, Hazelwood being available, but DK is doing everything on his own for them.
DK, I think, is telling everyone, listen, I'm there. You guys see, thing is we also talk about Surya Kumar Yadav and who else Venkatesh, who are us for the finishers role, but DK is the only one who has done it consistently since Dhoni retired. Isn't it last 4-5 years he's been having a good season with each and every franchise. At times he has even had good days than some of the other Indian batsmen who are playing the T20. So I think and also it's a format that suits his style as well. Like it allows him to play with the freedom, and then Deke at this stage of his career, he looks like I don't need to bother about selection and stuff. So I'm like just gonna enjoy the game. So he's playing in that sort of a freedom. It's like it totally liberates him as well in lot many ways. So which is why you see him like go for paddle scoops and like effortlessly, and then you see like it's not. I mean, that over against Ashwin was like something. It was like daring. He did it. Ashwin is no mean bowler either. Like so, it was like very interesting. And he's taking on the best. It's not like he's just going after some rookies and stuff. He's taking the attack to the opposition. So it's very interesting career phase for Dinesh Karthik. Imagine if he makes it to the World Cup squad. It will be like nothing like it, right?
Yeah. Also, with Maxwell coming in, do you see Kohli going to the top? To add that extra balance, because Kohli has a great record against MI in the IPL, and he hasn't had a good game or the Kohli knock yet in this particular season.
Possible, you'll never know. But I don't think Faf as coming from franchisee where they don't make any changes, and Faf I think is like trying to. I won't say trying to, but he seems to have role clarity for each and everyone, and he's doing the same thing that he did with Ruturaj Gaikwad last season with RCB with Anuj Rawat. So it's like very interesting thing is I don't see him like telling a youngster like listen you step down like that. I don't see it happening with Faf. Probably if Kohli was around, but with Faf I don't see that happening. He prefers to give role clarity to everyone. And it's like now Maxwell comes in, it's like he will also, the team is performing, his confidence also will be like high. So I think it's going to be like a nice game where I feel RCB will like beat me.
So we saw reports where the viewership has gone down like 33% since the start of the tournament, TV viewership especially, with three main teams who are already in the bottom of the table fighting between each other. It will be interesting to see who come out on top, and if both Chennai and Mumbai go down tomorrow or today, so to say, it will be interesting to see how the league progresses with the new teams dominating. So we'll be back before the next match. Thank you for joining, Venkat. That's it from today's episode of Fours and Sixes. This is Gomesh signing off. Thank you for watching.